Hey guys, welcome to the Creating Your Brand lesson. My name is Andrea Crowder, and I'm going to teach you how to create a beautiful brand online so that you can stand out. First little tip that I have for you, and a common misconception, is that as soon as you become a Beachbody coach, all you can talk about online is Beachbody. People do not connect to products, and people do not connect to services. People connect to people. So your brand is not Beachbody, your brand is not PiYo or P90X or Insanity or Shakeology. Your brand is you. Your brand is your story. So think about when you see a Beachbody infomercial, what is the part that makes you want to click purchase? If you see that commercial online or on TV, it's not when they show the DVDs. It's not when they talk about that you can lose 5 to 15 pounds in 21 days. It's the stories. It's the stories that create the believability. It's the stories that create the trust factor. Because when you see someone that has a similar story as you and you see that they've had success, all of a sudden it feels more believable to you. So you're looking at them and you're thinking, well, hey, if they can do it, I can do it because they're like me. So I'm going to teach you how to start sharing pieces of you so you can start to create that likability, that trust factor, and that influence online. People do business with people they know, like, and trust, and your story helps them connect to you, right? So if you think about maybe someone has the same shoes as you and you're standing in line picking up a coffee, and then you start connecting and you say, hey, nice shoes, and you start connecting over that particular pair of shoes, right? Well, you're connecting maybe over a service or a product, but it's just showing that this person's kind of like you, so you want to strike up a conversation. So I want you to make a list of different pieces of your story in each of these categories: your career, social life, family, TV shows, spirituality, and so on. So I'm going to teach you guys how I made this list, because now I can easily look at this list and it can help give me an idea as far as what type of content I want to create online. So this is a little snapshot that you guys can see of me in my Instagram newsfeed. So at a glance, you're kind of already getting a feel for who I am and what I'm all about. It looks like I either travel a lot or I live on the beach, which the answer to both of those is both are correct. I love healthy food, but I love simple food. I am often wearing workout clothes or graphic tees. So this is Andrea at a glance. These are the different types of stories that I would share online. So for career, I went from boardroom to freebird, meaning that I used to have a traditional 9-to-5 corporate job. I didn't really enjoy showing up and having to work those consistent hours every day. I love to work hard, but I kind of want to do it on my own time and my own terms. I like to control my schedule. So now I have the opportunity to do that. Social life, I love community. I crave deep connections. I call my team my sisters or my family. For my family, I am a mom to a 14-year-old boy, a 12-year-old girl, and I'm a military wife, and I had a teenage pregnancy. That's something that I have in common with a lot of women who end up reaching out to me, is that they see that I've had success in my career, but maybe I didn't necessarily have that college degree or have necessarily the best start in life. And they see that even though I didn't have those perfect circumstances, I've still created success for myself. I talk about my spirituality online a lot. So if you want to talk about that in particular, it will help you connect people. It's not necessary. And then talk about your aspirations and dreams, not necessarily who you are already or where you've been already, but where are you going? What is it that you want to do in life? What do you want to become? Who do you want to help serve? How do you want to help them get there? Health and fitness. This is just a small piece of my story. It's a small element. I don't have a huge weight loss success story. I've maybe only ever lost 10 pounds. I thought at first that was actually hurting my business because I didn't have a big success story. Once I started talking about the fact that I had just started toning up after having 2 children, I was connecting with other moms that maybe had 5 to 10 pounds to lose that also wanted to tone up and feel better. Volunteering or charity. I support a organization called Feeding America, and I talk about them online quite a bit. My education, I've gone to college, I've taken courses, but I do not have a college degree, but I had a tremendous amount of debt from student loan bills. So my education was costing me a lot of money, but I do not have a degree. Residence, where do you live? So I live in Florida, and I connect with other people who also live in beach states or would like to live in beach states. What's your personal style? People, connect with people that they kind of feel like they would vibe with, right? So personal style doesn't necessarily, it's not the deal breaker, but it's just a part of who you are in your brand. So if you're interested in fashion and want to talk about fashion online, the thing that I love about Beachbody is Beachbody is a place where we can show up and just be 100% who we are online. And Beachbody is kind of the funnel that brings people in to be able to serve them with our products and services, but we can connect with people through all different elements. So you can be very, very creative with your brand. It doesn't have to look like mine, or it doesn't have to look like someone else's. The more you are online, the better, because people connect with you faster. Food, I hate to cook, but I love to eat. So I share simple meal recipes online all the time. Entertainment, I love to go to the movies with my family. I love to go to the movies with my friends. I love to go to the beach. I love to travel. I've been married for 14 years. I love wearing graphic tees. I have tiny tattoos. I talk about my breast implant illness story and my decision to remove my breast implants online. And that's a big connector to other women who have implants who may have been sharing some of the frustrating symptoms that I was sharing. I never finished college. I live in Florida. I'm obsessed with travel, home decor, and photography. So those are just some areas where people can begin to build trust with me. It's funny because I'm also obsessed with office supplies. So when I talk about office supplies and my journals and my highlighters and my color pencils and my crayons and all that stuff and the projects that I do, people who are also obsessed with office supplies, like it's all of a sudden like we're best friends, and we've been best friends since childhood. It's amazing. There's a community, a tribe of people out there who are equally obsessed with office supplies as I am. So here's the recipe of how you share your story online. So you could say, growing up or in the past, these were my dreams, how I lost track, and then what changed everything. Was it Beachbody? Was it the community? Was it friendship? Was it a book that gave you a new perspective? Talk about why and how it worked, where you are now, and how you can help others. So for example, 6 years ago, this would be my story with Beachbody. 6 years ago, I was $100,000 in debt. My husband had just returned home from Afghanistan. Our house was still in boxes. I was working a full-time job, but I knew that I wanted more. I knew that I wanted more flexibility and freedom, and we were living paycheck to paycheck. We barely had enough to make ends meet, and we were tired of living so stressed financially. I found Beachbody, and slowly but surely, as I began to work my business, I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with how we were changing people's lives. And now we've paid off that $100,000 worth of debt. I am able to work this business full time. I have more time with my children, and here's how I can help you. I'm happy to share with you what I've done. So that's a simple way of sharing where I've come from, what I've done, how I got there, and where I am now. Now, you don't have to have a huge success story like that. Maybe you have a financial story that you would like to pay off. So if today's day one for you, you could say, this is what my intentions are with my business. I plan to pay off my debt. I plan to be able to travel the world more. I plan to be able to spend more time with my children. So you don't have to talk about where you've been necessarily. Sometimes you can just talk about where you're going in the beginning. Here's a few different apps that I would recommend downloading to help you give your brand a consistent feel online. So think about the things that you're drawn to, what types of colors you're drawn to, what types of filters you're drawn to, and then just be consistent with using those. I love PicTapGo because it helps you brighten and sharpen your pictures. A bright, highly contrasted picture online pops out, and it just draws in additional attention. So I do recommend brightening and adding good contrast to your pictures. And then you can save recipes for custom filters and apply them across all your pictures. VSCO Cam is a similar editing app where you can change the filters, you can save the recipes, and they all look very, very beautiful. It's a great app. Facetune will help you blur the background. You can patch out random objects, meaning that let's say you have a kid's toy in the background and you want to remove the kid's toy, but you don't want to retake the picture. You can use that to remove an object in the background. Planoly is just for Instagram, and it helps you manage, plan, and schedule your Instagram posts from your computer so you can see what each post is going to look like next to each other once they're posted. The last question that I want to ask you, after you've made your list, and you've identified some of the key elements of your story, I want you to think about this one last question. If you had a microphone and you could deliver just one message to the world, what would you say? And this is the message that I want you to infuse across your stories. This is the hope that you want to provide to people. This is almost your legacy. And this message can change over time, and that's completely okay. My message is that every day is a chance to start over and have anything you want. Coming from a background where my parents were on state assistance and we didn't grow up having very much, and I started my life that very same way. I had a teenage pregnancy. I was pregnant by 19. I didn't finish college. I have all the reasons in the world why I shouldn't be successful, but I just decided to start over, and I just decided that I could have anything that I want. I changed some of the actions that I was taking, and this is where I am now. And so I want to share that message with other people. And that is my main message that I want to deliver the world. So let me ask you one more time. If you had a mic and can deliver one message to the whole world, what would you say?